Okay, class. So we're on page 75, and we're finishing up questions 9 through 13. For question number 9, they ask us to solve the inequality that AB plus AC is greater than BC. So right here I can see that AB is 3x plus 1. I can see that AC is 4x minus 2. And I can see that BC is 5x plus 7. And I know that if I add these two sides together, they should be bigger than this third side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the values of these sides into my formula here. AB is 3x plus 1, AC is 4x minus 2, and BC is 5x plus 7. So if you look here, you can see that I wrote my inequality. I'm drawing arrows to each side of the triangles. I substituted the values in for them. And then if you notice on this side of the equation, I could just do some simple algebra and just combine some like terms. 3x plus 4x is 7x, positive 1 and negative 2 is going to give me negative 1. So I have 7x minus 1 is greater than, and this stays the same on this side. And now I have an algebraic equation with variables on both sides of the equation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. That's going to give me 2x minus 1 is greater than 7. And then I'm just going to add 1 to both sides. And what that's going to give me is 2x is greater than 8. We know we're going to divide both sides by 2. And x is going to be greater than 4. And that's my answer for x. X is just greater than 4. If you look at question number 10, they're asking me the exact same question, but with different values for the sides. So again, I'm going to write my inequality, and I'm just going to plug in those values for the inequality. So there's my inequality. I substitute the values for the sides. AB is this much, side AC is this much, side BC is this much here. Let me draw my little arrow there. Okay. I know that I can combine like terms on this side of the equation here, so that's going to give me 3x, positive 5 and negative 1 is 4, and this side stays the same. Now I have values, variables on both sides of the equation. So I'm just going to just combine. Actually, you know what I decided to do? I decided to just take care of the regular numbers here. I could have added 1x to both sides, but I just want to just try something different. If you do it that way, that's fine as well. So I'm just going to subtract 4 from both sides here. And that's going to give me 3x is greater than 6 minus 1x. And you know what? Now further down, now I'm going to combine the variables, like terms on both sides of the equation by changing it to plus 1x. That's going to give me 4x is greater than 6. We divide by 4. And x is greater than 1.5. Fair enough, simple enough. When we look at questions 10, 11, questions 11, 12, and 13, they tell us to find the possible measures of side xy in this triangle. And then they give me the measure of 2 of the sides of the triangle. And if you notice, they didn't give you a picture. So probably the first thing that you should do is you should draw a picture. Well, here's my triangle. Here's my triangle. And I just put in the values. XZ is 6 and YZ is 6, and I plug them in there. And if you remember, we said that when we add two sides of a triangle together, it's going to be bigger than this third side here. So then I know that this side here is going to be smaller than these two sides combined. And 6 plus 6 is 12. So then I know that xy is going to be smaller than 12. And if I subtract them, I'll know what the minimum size is. 6 minus 6 is 0. So I know that this side here is going to be smaller than 12, but bigger than 0. If you look at question number 12, again, we have the same scenario. They tell me that this side is 9. They tell me that this side is 5. And they want to know what's the possible values for this side here. Again, I know that that this side here is going to be smaller than these two sides together. These two sides together are always bigger than this third side here. So then I know then that xy is going to be smaller than 14. But if I subtract them, I'll also know the minimum size. And 9 take away 5 is 4. So I know that xy has to be smaller than 14, but greater than 4. And finally, question 13. Again, I have the exact same scenario with the exact same triangle. And they told me that this side is 11, this side is 6. And they want to know what's the possible value of xy. So basically, we know that this side is going to be in between their sum and in between their difference. So that xy is going to be smaller than these two together, smaller than 17, but greater than 5. And those are questions